Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we are going to discuss about company. So, without casting any further delay, company, basically Lord Lindley, he defined company as an association of many persons, or by a company is meant an association of many people who contribute money or money's worth to a common stock and employ it, maybe a common stock, in some trade or business, and who mean the persons share profit and losses as the case may be arising therefore. Basically, company basically is a combination of people who contribute money or their stock, their abilities, or they transact with each other in order to get profit, or they share loss as well. So main advantage of company is the liability is limited up to the extent of amount of the investment. A person who has invested a number of amount, that is the liability. This is basically a big advantage of company. He is only liable for the amount he has invested in the business. So for example, this is a very simple example. Here you can easily understand. A business is started, for example, with 10,000 rupees containing 1,000 shares at the rate of rupees 10 each share. For example, there is, for example, Procter and Gamble. There are many listed companies. We will, in the coming lecture, we are going to discuss what is listed company. So for example, a company, he is trading in stock, like we also discussed stock, they contribute with money or the worth of equal to that money, a bond, the share, or anything equal to that amount of money. So a business was started with 10,000, 1,000 were the share, 10 rupees each. For example, a person whose name A, B, C, he has 1 share, B has 10 shares, and C has 100 shares. So we know the value of share, 10 rupees is the value. So all of these three have 10, 100, and 1,000 value of share. This is their value in that company. Okay, so this is a company is quite advanced. It's not like sole proprietorship. I have been discussing those concepts in class, and we will also discuss. However, I will confine to the very formal introduction of company. A registered company, the company in which we are concerned, are registered company because they brought into existence by registration of certain documents, of which the most important are memorandum of association and articles of association with a public official or registrar of the company. We will discuss these terms in detail. The most important legal characteristics of a registered company is that, it is incorporated as what is known as legal personality, or an artificial juristic person, just as a human being. Like, it is incorporated, it has its legal existence, it's just like physical existence of a human being. The company has its legal existence and seeking and pursuing the same legal rights and obligations which are borne by a physical alive person. So public limited company and private limited company, these two are distinguished. You can say two types of registered company. Registered company means a company which comes into existence by by assuring certain documents, and most important of these two documents are memorandum of association and article of association. And then there has to be a public official who's normally the registrar of the company. So another aspect is company has its legal existence. Then companies are of public limited and private limited. Its minimum members are 7 in number. However, private limited requires only 2 minimum members, a person A and B, 2 persons, they can transform or they can constitute a private limited company. There is no restriction on maximum number of partnerships or members. maximum limits is restricted up to 50 members. If you want to exceed the number of members, then you will have to initiate a new company. The maximum limit for private limited company is 50 members. Statutory meeting is necessary to hold at the beginning of business once in life. At least statutory meeting where all the legal aspects of your company, they are taken into consideration. However, in private limited company, it doesn't hold any statutory meeting at least once in life in case of public limited, and there is no compulsion in case of private limited company. Statutory meeting, I told you about the legal aspects of the company. Then it issues share and public, definitely the people subscribe it. Law obliges it, definitely law permits it, and public issue is prohibited at law in case of private limited company. Then there must be minimum capital required to begin. We will discuss about these technical figures, the minimum capital, startup capital, we will discuss these also in maybe in after 2 or 3 videos. However, I will confine, there must be minimum capital requirement, and minimum capital requirement is not compulsory in case of private limited company. Then upon the public issues, institutions commit underwriting if the shares are not fully subscribed by public. If the shares, they are not subscribed by the public means, so as I was saying, since there is no public issue, therefore institutions do not need to commit underwriting. They do not need to underwrite anything because they are not offering anything to the public. Like shares are being offered to the public in case of public limited company that we just saw in the start of the video. So minimum number of directors is restricted to 7 in case of public limited, and minimum number of directors, there should be at least 2, and there should be at least 7 in case of public limited. Then accounts must be published once in a year, their financial statements, and what are their, they are supposed to show their various financial statements at least once in a year. And publication of account is not obligatory in case of private limited company. Then audit is not so necessary. Appraisals and auditing is not so much important in case of private limited company. However, authorized chartered accountant, normally the CA holder or the ACCA academic holders, they must audit the accounts and see whether all the accounts are as per the standards of GAAP or IFRS, and all the legal obligations as well as financial obligations, they are being met, and there should be no constraint. Basically, the appraisal of all the accounts. I think I should restrict my video up till here. In the coming video, I'm going to discuss about memorandum of association. As we just we saw that memorandum of association is one of the most important documents which are mandatory for public not public limited, for every listed company in fact. So in the coming video we will be discussing memorandum of association. Assalamu alaikum.